Oh, that's Chris Condaloo? That's the name of the guy that does the Risk Rain 2 music? I love it, dude. Fantastic. What a great name, too. Should we move this water back to our base? What do you think? Oh, it can't override the sunken seawater? What? Really? I thought anytime you put any new water in, whoa. Cosmic form? What the hell did I just fish up? A strange entity that is unlike any terrestrial sea life you have ever seen. Did it come from a place far away from Earth? Okay. Cosmic fish. That's right. This is Earth? Yeah, this is post-apocalyptic Earth. Well, we don't know if it's post-apocalyptic, actually. Basically, at the beginning of the game, you're like exploring through a jungle and you find the core thing and it teleports you here. And then you're just like trapped underground. So I think it's on Earth. Yeah. Just somewhere else on Earth. Deep under the ground. Scurry. Is you inside a giant vault? Maybe. Could be. Ooh. I want to get that. Slimy bullets. That sounds awesome. Slowing the target down when you hit them. Barrel Angel gives you the highest HP, if I remember correctly. Jasper mix armor and health. Deep Stalker is movement and melee range attack speed. Wait, melee ranged attack speed? So wait, you're saying it gives melee and ranged attack speed? What does the cosmic form thing do, out of curiosity? Crystal bone. Ew. Oh, magic damage? Ah. How would you say the variety diversity compares to Terraria, like the different combinations of classes, gear, etc.? This game I would say is like half of what Terraria base game is now. But it's incredibly important to mention that Terraria base game did not release in the state that it did now. So I think that right now at the current state, Core Keeper is like 60% of what Terraria is. But the devs are still working hard on this game. There's already some core functionality they've announced coming that isn't here yet. So that I'm sure they're going to be adding all sorts of things. They put in a class, they put in an entire play style right before 1.0, but they barely implemented it. And they've already said that they plan on growing it out significantly in the future. So even though the game is 1.0, the devs have been pretty clear that the game is 1.0 because they released it on consoles and they kind of had to call it that. But they are definitely still working on the game. They are not done with this game by any means. So, yeah. What playstyle am I referring to? The Summoner. Yeah, they announced and put in the Summoner class right before 1.0, but there's 3 summon weapons in the game total, and they don't even work well. So it's very much like an unfinished class. Yeah. Because I picked the like I was going to play a summoner. I was excited to play a summoner, but unfortunately, to put it bluntly, the summoner is not implemented barely at all. Like there's 3 summons. You have to basically totally spec into them to work, but they're not fun to play. And the reason they're not fun to play is because the summons are restricted by a time, which means you're constantly having to spam your summons out. You can't order them to attack anything, and they don't really attack auto attack targets well, and you have all the downsides of playing the magic class without the range DPS and the survivability. So it's just like why would you ever play a summon? There's no point to playing a summoner. It's just not done. It's not properly balanced. It's not properly implemented. It's not. Yeah, it's not ready, to put it bluntly. They probably should have not put it in 1.0. But it's the whole reason we're talking about this is that's an example of one of the things that is clearly in the game and not done yet that they are still working on. So, yeah. A splendid Deep Stalker. Oh. Okay. Interesting. A rare fish. We can get rid of you and you and you. Okay. Go a little bit longer here. If we don't get any ninja gear here in the next little bit, then we'll go look at hunter gear. Oh, I do know that apparently you can one-trick pony summoners into some pretty strong things. You can even apparently do some cheesing with summoners. But again, we're not talking about that kind of stuff. We're talking about is the class fun to play? Is it fun to explore the class? If I play the class, will I feel fulfilled going out and getting loot for it? And the answer to all those is no. So, yeah. The ninja set has the lowest % on fishing. Of course it does. Of course it does. Where do I farm the hunter armor? Out of curiosity, chat. Where do I farm the hunter armor? Oh yeah, dude, I completely agree, Regular. Yeah, in my opinion, one of the first things they should do to summoning is they should completely get rid of the duration thing. Just get rid of the duration thing. You don't summon to spam summons. The whole point of summons is that you don't want to be clicking all the time. So get rid of the spam summon thing, and then make it so if you're holding a summon item, if it's on your hotbar and equipped with it, anywhere you right click sends your summons. And if there's an enemy near where you right click, they automatically attack them. If you right click on an enemy, it prioritizes that enemy. So it's, once they get that down, I think, and then of course add 10 more summoning items. Once they get that down, it could be really fun. It could be really fun. Yeah. The base is there, the foundation is there. It just needs some work. Yeah. Okay, a full set of ranger armor. Is max health armor, range damage, range speed, crit hit damage, and +1 targets pierced by projectile. A full set of ninja is going to be a lot more dodge, crit, and crit chance and crit damage. Oh, dude. I hate to say it, but it sounds like we want the ninja set. Yeah. Dang, that's rough. That's rough. But apparently farming the ninja set is less than 1% on all 3 of the items. Okay. Huh. Hunter Stone Melody Room, Iron Chest and Ancient Chest, or Caveling Hunter Kill, or Locked Scarlet Chests. Okay. Oh! Chat. We're halfway there. Whoa. Now the best part is I'm going to spend the next 29 hours of my life straight fishing in this game. And at the end of 29 hours, I'm going to have 11 pairs of pants. And that's it. I just got the helmet. Oh my God. Okay. Dude, what is happening right now? There's no possible way we're going to get the chest. But now it's just, now the only answer is, or now the only question is, how many hoods and pants am I going to get? How many hoods and pants am I going to get? We should take we should make a channel point thing on this. Well, I don't actually know, we can't, because I don't know if I'm going to do this, but Oh, good. The ads are on. The non-subs aren't going to have to see me like this. Good. I like that. The less people that see me with my fishing addiction, the better. Yeah. It's good. Hey, good old Gava popping his Kovatar. Hell yeah, dude. Wait, Cohh has a fishing addiction? What? I mean, addiction's a very strong word. Yep. Is that Snail hostile? Nah, it's just chilling. Snail's a bro. Getting all the sun. Dude, I still haven't made sunrise seeds. Chat, what's sunrise good for? Do I have any reason to do sunrise? Is it a good food I've been sleeping on? Go get the damn fish. I am getting so many damn fish. It's magic damage. Okay. Thank you. I got a question for you, chat. And tell me how you feel about this. Completely unrelated to anything I'm doing. You have a game like Core Keeper, like Terraria, like Valheim, like V Rising. What if there were 2 modes of fishing? This is the first one, like Terraria. You'd have a 1% chance at a rare. Totally arbitrary numbers. But let's say you could turn on an option that would then give you a mini game. And as part of the mini game, you had a 2% chance to get a rare. Would you like that? So basically, it would give you the decision, and you'd be able to flip back and forth whenever you want. So the idea would be you could just fish like this if you want to, or you could go equip the expert pole, and then that would give you a minigame. And then maybe give you a 5% chance at a rare instead of a 1% chance. Basically, like the thing that I'm wondering is, would it work if you had both a brain dead way to fish like you do in this game in Terraria and also had a mini game, and you could like choose which one you want to do? And you could even take it a step further and say you could do this type of fishing for a 1% boss chance. You could then sink resources into a lure for a 3% boss chance, or you could then play a mini game for a 5% boss chance. So it's like you get, like, it basically tells the player, you play however you want, and we'll just adjust the chances of you getting rare stuff accordingly. So that might, you know, that may be kind of cool. I think that may be a direction to look at it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, thank you for the feedback, chat. Yep. Noctra, the more options is always the correct answer. Yeah, I like that. That's a good way to think about it. Good mantra to have, for sure. I mean, honestly, you know what? We could even go as far as saying this would give you a 1% chance, a mini game would give you a 5% chance, but then you could walk up to a fishing pole and a bucket icon, right click it, and it would just auto fish for you for a 0.1% chance. And then you can just go get a drink and the game will fish for you, but you'll never get any rares, like maybe one a day, maybe. But like, you know, that way you could basically drill, you could have the entire spectrum of like super complicated mini game that's really difficult with a high chance of rare fish, all the way down to just right click and walk away for the lowest chance at rare fish. And then you could like run the gambit. I feel like that would be good for a fishing game. But like, I don't know if you need that much mechanical development in a trade skill in a sandbox boss rush game. Like, I wonder if too much choice is a thing. Yeah, I feel there's definitely something to be said to where you give a player so much choice that it makes the choice they make less meaningful. And you don't want to run into that. Like, you don't want to give the players so many options that nothing they really pick feels good, you know, because they always are wondering, should I pick that? Should I pick that? Should I, you know, decision paralysis is a thing, but yeah. Auto fish and play other games. No, I will say this. Here's the thing. I joke about the auto fish thing, but in reality, what that is an end game resource generation mechanic. So where we were just joking about auto fishing being part of what the player would do, what auto fishing actually would be is like, you would hire a guy to fish at a pond for you and just get passive resource generation in your base or something like that. Like, that's the direction that I feel like that mechanic actually heads in a game like this. You could build an automatic fishing pole at your base and it just gives you fish once every 30 minutes or something. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Sockju says, again, players always optimize the fun out of mechanics. Yeah, and it's interesting you say that, because one of the things we've talked about a lot is like the premise of evolving QOL and like how far that can go to be a meaningful experience and progression and not just one that takes all the fun parts out of the micromanagement. So yeah, that's an interesting discussion to have for sure. Some people love the tedium. And that's like, it brings them great joy. I kind of want that. And that. I respect this. I need to respect this. We need to respect this. Yeah. Fishing is like a combat thing in this game. Red says, "Oh my God, give planting more than one seed at a time." You want to hear my idea for that, Red? So they let you build a sprinkler. What they should let you do is build an advanced sprinkler. And what the advanced sprinkler does is if you right-click on the sprinkler with any seed type, it plants that seed everywhere that it waters, if you have enough in your inventory. That's it. So you literally could walk up, click your hoe on the middle of the sprinkler to loot everything, click your seed to select it, right-click on the sprinkler, and that plot is done. Make it so the seed thing is really resource intensive, and that way the player feels progression as they get it. And by the time your whole farm is done with all those auto planters, that would feel so good. That gives me goosebumps. Like thinking about like, oh, that perfect little farm all laid out nicely, like each having its own little individual. That's my oddly satisfying. Yeah. You should really play Coral Island. You know what? I need to play Coral Island because Coral Island has come up in numerous discussions I've been having with people over the last few months, talking about some of the creative building stuff in the game I'm working on. And like, I need to play it, if nothing else, just for research purposes at this point. Yeah. So maybe I will sometime. I did start it. I did start a Coral Island run, but I would need to start it over. Yeah. What is Coral Island? It's kind of like the next iteration of Stardew Valley in 3D. Coral Island is it's a Stardew Valley like, if you want to call it that. But it does a lot of other stuff too. Yeah. But it is essentially a Stardew Valley game. I'm getting like all this stuff, so I don't really want to drop much of it. Okay. There we go. Hey, Savaldson96. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate
Just
that,
wanted to drop
you.
by and say thanks for all the awesome entertainment on YouTube. Cheers, Cohh.
Thank you, buddy. I very much appreciate it. Oh, also,
As someone who is currently playing Coral Island, it's really nice. However, there are still bugs and some things the game doesn't explain on how to get there / do. If you can get past all that, it is actually fun.
really? Are the devs still working on Coral Island? Like, what's the status of that game? I understand the why, but it still hurts me when they're called Stardew Valley likes. There's not really a good name for them. I guess you could call them farm sims. Yeah, I guess farm sim is a better name. Stardew Valley definitely was not the first of its type. I mean, it was basically based on Harvest Moon, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I guess farm sim is probably the best one. Yeah. Yeah, because that would be like calling roguelites Hades likes, and that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right at all. Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. Thank you for that. So, yeah. Oh, what's this?
In regards to Coal, what about building a fishing hut where it would automatically fish for you, but if you choose to fish manually, you're able to farm more fish faster than you would automatically?
That's a very common mechanic in a lot of games where, like, if you set up like a crafting bench or something, it will automatically do the crafting, but then if you walk up to it and hold a button, it'll speed it up by like 5x. So yeah, that's something that absolutely works. It's actually used in a lot of free-to-play games and stuff. Yep.
The thing I really dislike about Coral Island is the cutscenes. They serve absolutely no purpose. I got annoyed every time I got a cutscene. Wish they attached a mission or meaning to the cutscenes.
Wait a second. They spent a bunch of money making cutscenes, but they have nothing to do with what's going on in the game? That seems a little weird. Now I kind of want to see the cutscenes. Like, that sounds very strange. Yeah. It's just awful. Oh man. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
Hey, how did you just say? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
Wait. Why did he get all Barry White on us for a second?
Oh yeah, it's awful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
Oh yeah. Any plans to play Sandrock? I started Sandrock. It was okay. It was. I never finished My Time at Portia because My Time at Portia, it was a really, really long game that got really repetitive. And I checked out My Time at Sandrock, and my hope was that there was going to be enough like new cool QOL stuff in Sandrock to kind of get me back into it, because I did spend like, God, what, 30 hours in My Time at Portia? It was too much like Portia. It was too much like Portia. Like I realized early that I was going to feel the exact same way after like 30 hours, and I put it down pretty early. Yeah. So, My Time at Portia and My Time at Sandrock are really, really, really chill games. But for me, they get so repetitive and chill that I like kind of stop. They stop becoming fun to stream. I feel like for me, they'd be more fun to play than stream. Yeah. But I mean, it's still a game I recommend. If you like cozy games like that, like I said, I think I have, how many, you know what, how much time do I have in it? Now I'm kind of curious. $55 hours in My Time at Portia. Yep. And then I played Sandrock for 9. It's still pretty good. And then after 9 hours, I was just kind of like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it. But I mean, they're fun games. They're super chill, and they're a good time. Yeah. If you're looking for a lot of chill game to play, definitely check those games out. They have lots of playtime. Lots of playtime. I would like cozy games like that and Stardew combined with a colony sim. What am I fishing for right now? I'm currently fishing for the ninja set. So I've gotten the cowl and the leggings, and I'm trying to get the breastplate. They only drop in this water, and they all have less than a chance, a less than 1% chance to drop. So, yeah. And it's honestly one of the best crit dodge sets in the game. So, like, it's actually worth doing it, which is, I love when they do stuff. I love when devs do stuff like this in games. When they put, like, a really good, really usable, awesome thing behind just some kind of, like, obscene farm. I love it. I love when they do stuff like this. In this game, in Terraria, like, oh, man. It makes getting it feel so much better. Like, when we inevitably get this breastplate, it's gonna be fun being like, oh yeah, I had to fish like 400 times to get this set of armor. Like, that's, I'm fine with that. That's cool. Like, I'm good with it. And keep in mind, this is in a full set of fishing gear. Which we also had to farm. In some cases, like less than 2% drop rate. I can't tell if Cohh's being sarcastic on. No. I'm saying, okay. We have had this discussion in the past, and I will say it again. There's this thing that happens in games. And what it is every time you die in a Dark Souls game, every time you kill a mob and it doesn't drop what you're going for, there's a counter in the back of your head that goes up by 1. You killed the mob. He didn't drop what you want. The counter goes up. You died to that boss one more time. The counter goes up. And what that counter is that counter is a modifier to how good you're going to feel when that thing happens. And for many of us, chasing that counter is why we play video games. And many of us don't even realize it. But when you fail, when you try to do something and don't get what you want, that is adding up to a better experience later. It is like you are literally delaying the gratification of a larger dopamine hit in the future. And for many of us, it's like, I hate saying it, but it's very similar to like the gambling thing, right? Unfortunately, here's the beautiful thing about games though. Unlike gambling addiction, you keep trying to chase that dopamine hit, but there's a really good chance you're never gonna get it. And that's one of the reasons that gambling's so horrible, right? You get addicted to getting that counter up, but the problem is there's a good chance you're never gonna get that dopamine hit. You're never gonna win. And you're losing all of your real life resources while you do it. However, when you play a video game, you almost always know that whatever you're going after, you will be able to attain. You know that eventually I will get this piece of armor. You will eventually beat that Dark Souls boss, even if it takes you 10 hours. You will eventually beat it. And that, I feel, is one of the things that makes like all of this kind of work, because it keeps it all in the It keeps it all in the environment. Which is what gambling does not do specifically. So yeah. Tell that to millennia. Yeah, that's a little different. But no, for instance, that's one of the reasons I'm fine. Like I'm relatively fine when games put loot boxes and stuff like that in the context of the game. Like I don't really care about loot boxes at all, as long as I'm paying in-game currency for them. Like that's, as long as everything is inside the environment, then at that point you fabricated a safe place for you to chase that dopamine. And it's fine. So yeah, it's that kind of thing. Maple Story would like to have a word. I don't play Maple Story, so I'm sorry, I don't have that one. Is my fishing gear max? I don't think it's actually all the way maxed, but I don't know if I want to spend all the resources to max it. Although I think it would make fishing go up a little bit, which is something to consider. Video game addiction is also a thing. Anything that makes your brain pump dopamine out can become an addiction. Yeah, like, I mean, you know, we're not talking physical addiction, of course, but there are all sorts of ways that people can become differently mentally addicted to things, including dopamine hits. Yep.